Rashid Kidwai, to you first. The CWC meet today, Sonia Gandhi being elected CPP leader. Is the Congress moving forward to a strategy? And what DK Shiv Kumar said, whether Rahul Gandhi wants it or not, likes it or not, he has to be leader of opposition in parliament. That's the way to take the Congress forward. You see this as a strong revival, or as the Prime Minister said, even after 10 years in opposition, all three tenures, less than the BJP in this tenure?
Yeah, so Gaurav, going by the Congress performance in the Lok Sabha election, there is some sign of revival, not so much in terms of Lok Sabha seats, but in terms of that vote share that has increased, and wherever Bharat Jodo Yatra had passed, particularly phase one, the Congress seems to have done well. In Uttar Pradesh, they have 2 MLAs and they have 6 members of parliament. You look at their Maharashtra story, the Rajasthan story, there is, some element of promise. Now, what Rahul Gandhi needs to do is to become more visible. What can be the better forum than, the Lok Sabha? But it comes with a lot of the office of LOP, Gaurav, as we understand, comes with a lot of responsibility, restraint. Yes. How do you say, what do you say, and not so much on the floor of the house, but there are a lot of things that happen, behind the scene, like the Business Advisory Committee, the Prime Minister and, Dishan are members of, some very high level, panels that elect very important, top level functionaries. So you need some element of functional relationship between the Prime Minister and LOP, and the vice versa. They need to have lots of cup of tea, coffee, etc. So whether this functional, relationship would be established, because Gaurav, as we know, in such places it needs two to tango. So it will require a lot of compromise on the part of Rahul Gandhi. You see a lot of belligerence when it comes to when he talks about Narendra Modi, and otherwise on the Prime Minister side also he needs to recognize the official leader of opposition. So very interesting time, I think, from media's point of view, and television is going to be very interesting time ahead.
Oh, absolutely. It takes two to tango. We've seen Rahul Gandhi's jappi to the Prime Minister in Parliament, but what will we see of Rahul Gandhi? A more aggressive Rahul Gandhi this time, because Tuhin Sinha, the Congress with 99 seats and the India bloc with 234, clearly means the BJP cannot railroad decisions, at least in Modi 3.0.
Well, good evening, Gaurav. If I were in the opposition, I would be worried about spending the third consecutive term in the opposition. I would be worried about the, complete drought in states like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. So I think, there are larger issues for the Congress to be worried about than imagining and hoping that once again the Prime Minister would not be able to cope with a new challenge. Fact is that, unlike what the opposition would like to have you believe, the Prime Minister Modi ji, who was the Organizational General Secretary of BJP between 1999 to 2002, has a very good experience of coalition politics. That was when Vajpayee ji was the Prime Minister. Besides, he is one of the most adaptable politicians who can rise to challenges. He's one person who thrives under pressure. So, I don't see any problem with a figure like 240. Congress, which has managed to run a government with 145, should be least worried about BJP forming a formidable government. And I can tell you this is going to be an extremely formidable government, and also this is will be a government that will lay the foundation of a more robust Modi 4.0.
Well, you saying it will be a formidable government, Raghav Awasthi, a formidable government and a formidable opposition, an aggressive Rahul Gandhi, a resurgent Congress party, and India bloc with leaders like Mamta Banerjee already saying that time for NDA to go back. Does this overall indicate, as of course Rashid Kidwai said, great time for journalists, lots of great stories for journalists to cover, but as far as the government is concerned, they'll tremendously remain under pressure?
Well, I think as far as the government is concerned, I don't see any kind of pressure being brought to bear upon the BJP, for the simple reason that we have to keep in mind that this is not the coalition government that we had in the 90s and early 2000s. The main party has 240 seats, and we have to keep in mind that if the Congress, if the BJP were to be offered 240 seats in 2014 and a coalition of this nature, most BJP supporters would have taken it. So I don't think it is the kind of coalition government that we used to have. And having said that, if you really look at the numbers, the BJP actually needs one out of the TDP or the JDU. to stay in power. So I don't think there is such a great dependence upon allies. And as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, I think the so-called resurgence of the Congress party seems to be something in the nature of what is known as dead cat bounce. These people have been rejected by the people of India for the third straight time. And these are the kind of crumbs of comfort that are making them so happy. Then the BJP should not grudge them
Okay.
these little bits of happiness.
Rashid Kidwai, merit in the government or BJP leaders also saying, look at the Congress party, if it's speaking of a revival, even after 10 years in opposition, it could manage only 99. Look at its performance in states where the Congress was in government, including Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh, where it hasn't done well. Does that indicate that, yes, green shoots of revival are there, but it's too early to pop the bubbly that the Congress may be doing so just now?
Gaurav, we must remember election is over. Now the opposition as well as the ruling party, their sympathizer must accept what is the writing on the wall. There is a mandate, there is a hung house, there is a mandate for Mr. Narendra Modi-led NDA to govern, but there is also a mandate for a very effective, opposition. And in that sense, all that acrimony of the past, I know it's very difficult to settle it. They should stop, kind of giving, calling names or catcalls to one another. It applies both equally to the ruling party as well as to the opposition. Rahul Gandhi, if he acts like, because end of the day, we have a very vibrant democracy and we must respect the mandate. The spirit of the mandate is for Mr. Modi to be in governance, but have a very effective face and effective opposition. So that should be honored. There should not be personal ego and that kind of remarks that are avoidable remarks that should be, avoided. The
Fair
point
enough.
I'm saying, Rahul Gandhi, Gaurav, is very interesting. He has a kind of his role model is, of course, his grandmother, Indira Gandhi, to follow. And Indira Gandhi, as we know, that she was one of the, by BBC, she was one of the greatest politicians of 20th century, but she was also a bit of, maverick. But if Rahul follows his grandfather, Feroz Gandhi, he was a very able parliamentarian. If Rahul Gandhi emerges in the mold of Feroz Gandhi, that will be a really good for democracy.
Okay.
Remember, Gaurav, it was Feroz Gandhi who brought, downfall of the finance minister in Nehru government, T.T. Krishnamachari, known as Mundra scandal.
Yes.
So Rahul Gandhi has that family, legacy, and now he has the political heft to, tell the people, prove his detractors wrong, and this is the opportunity in this 18th Lok Sabha.
Tuhin Sinha, because the Congress party very clearly says Rahul Gandhi has acceptance both in the north and the south. He's won both the Wayanad and the Raebareli seat very, very handsomely.